Hello everybody, welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan. Today's video I have a very exciting full weekday meal prep video, which means I show you guys all the food that I made for a 5-day work week. And if you guys want more information including the recipes and all the ingredients used in this video, I will leave a link to my blog post which will have a lot more information including some tips on meal prepping and some common questions that I get all the time about meal prepping. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So for the sake of the video, I'm showing you guys the meals in order from breakfast all the way to dinner. But while I was doing the meal prep, I didn't actually prep the meals in that exact order. So if you want more details about how I structured my meal prep, make sure you check out the blog post for more details. For this week, I decided to make two different types of breakfast. The first breakfast will be overnight oats as shown here. I'm just taking some oatmeal, some flax seeds, chia seeds, and placing them into a container along with some maple syrup and some non-dairy milk. Feel free to omit the flax seeds and chia seeds and maple syrup if you don't have those ingredients on hand, but I like to add some extra nutrients in there and of course maple syrup for the sweetness. And I always like to add some sort of a frozen fruit. You can add fresh fruit if you want. I'm just adding some frozen blueberries that I had on hand, and that's basically it for the first breakfast. The second breakfast is super simple. I had this container of plain non-dairy yogurt, so I'm just splitting this 500 milliliter container in half and just adding some blueberries. And I had this with some Weetabix that I packed separately, and I also added some chia seeds on top as well. For a snack, I decided to take these frozen edamame beans, which are like my current obsession, and I just put them in a container and add a little bit of salt and then just let it thaw in the fridge, and you can basically eat it like the next day the way it is. You can heat it up if you want to, and I just brought this container to work and left it in the fridge and just snacked on it throughout the week, and oh my god, it's super delicious. For lunch, I decided to make two kind of similar but different types of lunches. The first one being a barley sushi bowl. So basically, instead of using rice as the base, I used barley, which I cooked with my rice cooker, and I'm just adding some pre-cooked beans in there and some vegetables and some avocado and just other goodness. Again, ingredients will be listed in my blog post. This is totally optional, but I'm adding some seaweed or nori sheets into the mixture. I just rip it up and just mix it in. I just think it gives it a really good sushi taste, and I just love it so much. For my second lunch, I decided to make what I'm going to call barley Mexican bowl. It's very similar to what I just made except for a few tweaks in the ingredients. Again, barley, beans, some sweet potato, some cilantro, and avocados. And I'm also adding some corn to give it that kind of Mexican feel, I think. And squeezing some lemon in there as well. And I'm also adding some salsa, because, you know, Mexican salsa, you know, goodness, yeah. For dinner, I'm making chili. Surprise, surprise. Chili is honestly like one of my favorite things to make because it's super easy. All you have to do is just put things in a pot. Yeah. So I'm just cooking things with water instead of oil because there's really no need to add oil to this recipe. I'm just frying up some onions into this pot, cooking the onions first, and look at all that steam. And then I'm going to add the potatoes and sweet potatoes in there as well. Honestly, you could probably just add everything into the pot right away, yeah. I'm also adding some vegetable bouillon cubes for some flavor, and then the rest of the veggies. And then of course you have to add some beans to the mixture, because what is chili without beans? And I'm adding 2 cans of chopped tomatoes along with some water. I just fill the cans with water when it's empty. And I'm also adding some tomato passata as well, and again adding some more water. And then the spices. Again, the list of the ingredients will be in the blog post. So yeah, I'm just adding a bunch of spices. You can kind of omit whatever spices you don't have, whatever. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. And then I'm adding some red split lentils into the mixture to help thicken up the chili so it's not super liquidy. Now feel free to add plenty of water to cover everything up and make it into more of a soup-like consistency. And once everything comes to a boil, you can lower the heat to a simmer and then let it simmer for about 40 to 50 minutes or so until the consistency becomes something like this. And look at that, it's super thick and it looks so good, doesn't it? And that is it for my full week meal prep video. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like this kind of more structured, full, intense meal prep? If you guys like these types of videos, make sure you let me know down below and I will make more of these. Again, check the description box for the link to the blog post. I also have a playlist of other meal prep videos, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!